Hey everyone, I thought we'd take a quick look at the HipStreet W8 Pro Windows 8.1 tablet. Here I just picked it up from Walmart. It was $148 Canadian retail, and that roughly works out to about $125 American. So it's a little bit more than the HP Stream 7, but it is an 8-inch tablet, and it does have 2 gig of RAM. So I thought we'd take a little better look at this thing and just talk about it a bit. So yeah, you'll find it in places like Walmart and Best Buy and some of the other retailers. Again, it's a Chinese tablet, so it's not from major manufacturer. HipStreet, I guess, imports these things and puts their own brand on it. If you go through the Chinese websites, you'll find a lot similar looking devices with even the same sort of color scheme, this flat silver at the back. Just taking a look at the back of it, I'm going to point out a very peculiar situation with this, or design flaw, I guess I'm going to call it a flaw. Most of these guys have got the speakers on the bottom or on an edge somewhere. This actually has it on the back, and there's a number of other Chinese tablets that do have them on the back. And what's going to happen, of course, is although the sound is reproduced fairly well by the device itself, but if you've got it propped up against a leg or a pillow or something, it's going to mute it. So that's not too great. This is a 2 megapixel camera at the back. It's not the best, of course, but considering the price, that's understandable. There's your micro SD card slot right here. Of course, your micro USB, which is 2.0, your micro HDMI, your headphone jack, all along the bottom. There's your microphone, another 2 megapixel camera at the front, and of course your power and rocker switches there, and nothing on this side of it, nothing up the sleeve. So just talking a little bit about the tablet, it is a IPS 8-inch screen. I will say it is a low quality screen, and that's understandable based on the cost of the device. The color reproduction is good. It's a little bit cool, and your viewing angles with it, as you can probably see, or you might not be able to, it does hold up quite well with that. The viewing angles are quite nice. However, at its blackest, for example, when you're first turning it on, you'll notice a lot of bleed through on the edges, which is kind of common with these cheap IPS tablets. But based on the cost of it, it's not that big of a deal. Like I said, it's got one micro USB 2 port, and it does come with an on-the-go cable, which is kind of nice. They included that. That's my little dongle up there for the wireless keyboard and mouse. One micro HDMI port, which I have tested, and we'll do a little bit of video on that, and it does work great. And of course, 1 year Office subscription, which that was my beef with the Stream, which came with an Office subscription as well, but without the ability to hook it up to a large screen via an adapter port or an HDMI port. It wasn't really worth too much because the screen was so tiny. So what does this come with it? What's included in the tablet itself? It's a Bay Trail processor, just like the other ones, the 3735G. Now, the Stream 7 has a 3735F. I'm doing this too fast, apologies. And the difference is the 3735F and the Stream 7 can only allow 1 gig of memory. 3735G in this unit and other ones can allow up to 2 gigs, so that's why it has 2 gig of random access memory, and that's 1333 megahertz memory. It's it's okay, it does the job. What do we got? The processor itself, the 3735G, just like the rest of these quad-core Bay Trails, it's a 1.33 gigahertz chip, and it has a burst mode, or turbo mode, I guess, if you will, where it goes up to 1.83 gigahertz. And again, quad-core 64-bit chip. Unlike the processor in the Stream 7, the memory bandwidth of this guy here is, I think it's 10.6 gigabytes a second. So that's double what the memory bandwidth is of the HP Stream 7. So meaning, in applications, in real-world use, in games, it'll be able to reference that memory that much faster. So you're going to be looking at a faster, even though the core processing speed isn't faster, you're going to be looking at some faster delivery of applications. So yeah, you know what? Let me just plug in this on-the-go cable. And I've got to get this the right way, of course. Come on, baby. God, I can't see what I'm doing here. Alright, now I can use the mouse. So in using the applications here, the browser is pretty zippy, it's fast. I have no complaints about it. It's works very well, like much of the other Bay Trail devices we've looked at. 1080p videos play great, and I haven't noticed any slowdown or stutter. We've had a few of them open at the same time, and again, no stutter, no loss. So, you know, I gotta say it does work quite well. Then, so, Jimmy, thanks. Anyways, you're looking at some very zippy performance in terms of video playback. Audio playback is very nice. It's very crisp out through the headphones. The speaker is a little bit tinny, but, you know, what can you say? It's not the best speaker. It's only a single speaker. The battery, I believe, there's nowhere that actually says what size the battery is. It appears to be a 3,500 milliamp per hour battery, and yeah, which is above the 3,000 milliamp battery in the HP Stream 7, so it does last a little longer. And yeah, actually, you know what? We'll do some testing here in a minute. Let me just get out of here. So, anyways, I'll kind of wrap this up talking about the tablet. In conclusion, the screen is good, nice colors, great viewing angle, a little bit of bleed through. Well, you know, I would say a little bit. It's got bleed through on the edges when you're looking at blacks and the most power going to the screen. It has decent sound. However, the speaker, unfortunately, at the back will end up being muted a lot of the times, and it's not something that you'll enjoy listening to just because of its placement. But through the headphones, it comes out quite nice. The network access is rather quick and zippy. I mean, it's got Bluetooth, your standard Wi-Fi settings. So, all in all, it seems pretty good. Oh, just talking about the graphics a little bit. I don't know if you can see that there. The graphics processor in this thing is a little different than the Venue 8 Pro. Although this processor has got the memory bandwidth of the 3740D and the Venue 8 Pro, which does better job at running games than the Stream 7. So it's got the higher memory bandwidth, but it does have a lower graphics boost or turbo frequency than the Venue 8 Pro. So realistically, the power, even though it's got the same, like I say, memory bandwidth and the same RAM as the Venue 8 Pro, when you're running a video game, it does have performance between the Stream 7 and the Venue 8 Pro. A little bit closer to the Venue 8 Pro. you know, your additional memory and your memory bandwidth kind of add up to that. But because your top frequency is, I believe it's 646 megahertz on this processor, and it's 688 megahertz on the W8 Pro. So you are going to be looking at less, a few frames a second. But nevertheless, it does work pretty well. So with that, I'll actually stop talking about the machine. I hope I haven't confused the heck out of anyone. Please feel free to ask anything, leave a comment below, and I will answer it. With that, I'm going to stop this. We'll do a little performance video on the HDMI out, and then we'll call it a day. Thanks. Hey everyone, I thought we'd do a quick little gameplay test here, and I know you're probably bored of my Skyrim thing, but unfortunately, it's working for comparative purposes. Hopefully, this doesn't look too washed out on the video. I've noticed that the other one, my whites are just coming through. I'll turn the TV down. So, anyways, this is mirrored. As you can see down below, the W8 Pro is mirroring the gameplay. You'll notice that the frame counter is very close to what we were getting on the Dell W8 Pro, and probably 5 or 6 frames a second higher than what we were getting on the Stream 7. So there's your increased memory bandwidth and your increased memory right there. So just doing the same little run to compare, and we'll just do a short one here. You can see the frame rate is anywhere from 5 to 7 or 8 frames higher than the Stream 7 on the same run. Again, this is low preset and 640 by 480, but it's we're not quite up to the standards we had in the Dell W8 Pro, which had a faster faster GPU on it. So anyways, faster turbo mode on the GPU. So anyways, if this gives you some idea of what you're gonna see, then great. But for $125 tablet, you know, you're getting more features. I do like the HDMI out, but it's no HP. I'm sure it doesn't have the warranty. Well, it actually has a 1-year warranty, but it can't have the track record of HP, as spotty as it has been. Again, this is just a cheap Chinese tablet, and it might hold up for years and years. Hopefully it will. But, you know, it is a Chinese tablet. But look, it is performing quite well. And for $125 or $150, depending on which country you live in, or more for some of you who are watching, I know. It's pretty good. And I would say it's worth the small amount of money over the Stream 7, but again, you have to buy what you feel comfortable with. So anyways, with that, I'll just leave it be, turn it off, and we'll end the video. Once again, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below if you want to ask any questions about this little device. I will answer them, or I'll look into them and get back to you. So thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.